I know the home buying process can be overwhelming, especially for first-time buyers. And in this three-part series, this three-part video series, what I'm calling First-Time Buyers Bootcamp, we are going to, first of all, look at breaking down the home buying process from start to finish. That's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to give you an overview of what to expect. And then in our second video, we're going to go over some specific house hunting tips and tricks. And then in our final video, video number 3, we're going to wrap up everything by talking about navigating negotiations and closings. I'm Lisa Salt with RE/MAX Vernon Salt Fowler. I'm a realtor in the North Okanagan Shuswap, and I've been working here for over 30 years. And we have specialists in our group in RE/MAX Vernon Salt Fowler who are specialists in dealing with first-time buyers. Let's start by sharing some of the wisdom and experience that we've gained over the years, starting with step number 1, which is home buying pre-approval. That's the pre-approved mortgage. The definition, the pre-approval is a lender's estimate of how much you can borrow based on your current financial situation. Now, the process of this is you need to find a lender. Now, most people go to their banks. My bank knows me, they know my situation, but I would caution against this actually. Get a mortgage broker, because brokers are specialists. I'm a big believer in going to the specialist. Your banker may be great at banking. However, you want someone who does nothing else but get the best rates on the best mortgages. They will search every lender out there to find the best of the best. And your bank only deals with one, the bank. And what if your bank doesn't have the best rate or the best terms? I mean, maybe they do. Maybe they don't, though. I've seen many deals go sideways over the years from people wanting to deal with their bank, and then the bank just can't do it.
But at 19%, you didn't even bargain with the guy.
We can hook you up if you want. However, I would highly recommend dealing with a mortgage specialist. Now, what you want is you want a pre-approval. You want a firm pre-approval, not subject to everything under the sun. You want to gather your financial documents such as your pay stubs, your tax returns, your bank statements, your employment letters, all that stuff. That's really, really important, because otherwise all you have is a piece of paper, maybe not even a piece of paper, that says, yeah, you're pre-approved to buy a house of this much, subject to this. That's not really that helpful. So ask for a firm pre-approval. What do I need? Tell me what I need, what I can bring to you, so that all you need to know is what house I want to buy and how much it's going to be. Next, you want to contact lenders to compare pre-approval offers. Why not? Shop around. Then you're going to choose a lender that offers the most favorable terms and interest rates and who you get along with, obviously. Now, the benefits of this, getting the pre-approval in advance, is it helps you understand your budget. You don't want to be out there looking for houses that are either above or below your price range. That's a waste of time. Secondly, it strengthens your offer by showing sellers you are a serious buyer. You've done your homework up front. I'm ready to go. It also speeds up the closing process once you find a home. Bing, bang, done. All you need is an appraisal.
Bada bing, bada boom, I'm done. Learn from a professional, kid.
Lastly, and I can't stress this enough, it avoids the heartache of finding out you can't afford that home that you absolutely fell in love with. That is awful. So get a pre-approval. Number 2 in the process is to choose an agent and start searching for a home. This is the fun part. The research part, identifying neighborhoods that might meet your lifestyle needs. Consider factors like schools, the commute times, amenities. You really want to get out there and do your market education. At least that's what we call it. That's going out and looking at various types of properties, all different kinds of properties, maybe a little bit above, maybe a little bit below your price range, and just go out and have a look. See what's out there, get an idea of value. I can't tell you how many times people said, I don't want a townhouse. I'm not having a townhouse. And then they end up buying one because the value is so much better. Look, like I say, in and around your price range. Next, use online tools, websites like realtor.ca, saltfowler.com, of course. These places offer listings with photos, price, histories, neighborhood information, walk scores. If being close to amenities is important for you, definitely look at the walk score. Things like that. Another thing you can do is attend open houses. That will gain you some valuable insight into different home styles and layouts. And then you can start to understand what you really value in a home, what's important. If you have already chosen a realtor when you go to an open house, get the cards of that realtor to give out so the realtor doing the open house doesn't stalk you. Now, once your financing is approved and you're doing your due diligence on all these things, you're doing your market education, then you're going to find a property that you want. And that actually is the funnest part, but it's also the stressful part. Number 3, making an offer. You need to determine an offer price. You have to consider the home's market value, the condition, the comparable sales in the area, look at the tax assessment, you may need an appraisal, you will need an appraisal probably. In your offer, you want to include contingencies. Common contingencies include financing, home inspection, appraisal potentially. Then you're on to the negotiation. You have to be prepared to negotiate with the seller on price, things like closings, dates maybe, other terms, all those sorts of things. So you have to be prepared to negotiate. So you want to hire a good negotiating realtor for sure. Number 4, home inspection. The purpose of that is to identify any issues with the property, such as structural problems, outdated systems, maybe the furnace is crap, or things that need repair. Now, to hire an inspector, you need to choose a licensed and experienced inspector, in our opinion. I would attend that inspection at the very end to ask questions and learn about the home's maintenance needs as well. It's really valuable if you can attend the inspection. Number 5 is the appraisal. Now, the definition of an appraisal is an independent assessment of a property's value by an independent third party. The importance of that is it ensures the lender that the property is worth what you want to borrow against the house. Now, if the appraisal is lower than you offer, you may need to renegotiate the price or provide a larger down payment. You just have to remember that your offer is subject to financing and an appraisal. Number 6, eventually you're going to be signing documents. After all that's done, after you remove all your conditions and the sold sign goes up, then it's time to go to the lawyer right before your closing date and sign the documents. You're going to review and sign the closing documents, including the mortgage agreement, which is going to come from your bank, and that's going to be with a lawyer or notary. In BC, you can use a notary. And you have to be prepared for your closing costs. There's fees for loan processing, title insurance, other services, legal fees, potential taxes. In BC, you have the property transfer tax. Now, first-time buyers are usually exempt, but there are some restrictions on that exemption. So that's something that you should check out. Then there's a transfer of ownership on possession date, which is different from completion date. Completion date is when you actually pay for the property. Possession date is when you move in, and they're not usually the same day. So once that's done, once you've signed all the documents, the funds are transferred, you'll get the keys to your new home. Now, the one thing I should warn you, hope for, but do not expect a clean house. People's ideas of cleanliness are often different. I would suggest just keep your expectations low and hope for the best. Now let's talk a little bit about the importance of credit scores and financial readiness. So credit score, a higher credit score can secure a lower interest rate in some cases, and that can save you thousands and thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. So check your credit report for errors, pay down debts to improve your score if you can. That could save you a bundle. As for financial readiness, you want to save for a down payment somewhere between, minimum 5%. Ideally, 20-25% would be great. Realistically, a lot of people can't start with more than 5% down. And that's 5% of the home's price that you negotiate in your offer. You also want to establish an emergency fund for possible repairs and maintenance. Now, be sure to watch our video on the First-Time Buyer's Guide, How to Raise a Down Payment in BC, 2024 Strategies and Tips. That's a good one for you. We actually have lots of first-time home buyer videos on our channel. That's all for this week. That's just the brief overview of the process. Next week, we're going to go to part 2 in our video series, Realtor House Hunting Tips and Tricks. So join us then.
Just